This video is for those who are criticizing Obi for wanting to do for 4 years, especially Governor Soludo and Kenneth Okonkwo. For Governor Soludo, I understand his pain. He wasted 4 years going after native doctors and had not, got nothing to show for his stay in office. So I can understand his plight. He doesn't know that in 4 years you can rebuild a state. Since he doesn't know that you can rebuild a state in 4 years, I'm advising him to travel to Abia and see what Governor Oti has done. In all ramification, Oti has changed the face of Abia. That's the power of 4 years. And then he should stop chasing native doctors and follow Obi around as though Obi is his biggest problem. For Kenneth Okonkwo, I know is either he's confused or he's intentionally lying to himself. But one thing he said that I agree to is that since independence, no Igbo man have held power in Nigeria. But the question is, in criticizing the 4 years, assuming before now an Igbo man has had 4 years, would things be the same like it is today? Wouldn't that 4 years have broken the ceiling? The glass ceiling for us, isn't it? So I go further. Also, is it all about how long you stay in office or how well you stayed or what you did in office to improve the life of the people? I know Kenneth Okonkwo is not thinking in terms of how to improve the life of the people or Igbo people he's pretending to love. He's only thinking in terms of a hangers-on and how that will affect his stay in Aso Rock. And Obi is going to disappoint people like him because Obi is not going to have all those baggages like Tinubu and the Buhari and all that had over there. Obi is also not going there to be a president of the Igbo people. Obi is going there to be a president of Nigeria. By the time he finishes his 4 years, Nigeria would have seen that a man from the Igbo extraction could do better than others. That's the most important thing. That is the kind of promise I want to give to Nigerians. Give Obi a chance and see if he wouldn't prove all of you wrong. If he wouldn't make other presidents look small by his achievement. However, Obi did not promise Nigerians that he is going to fix every Nigerian problem. He promised Nigerians that he's going to improve our power sector. He's going to spend a lot of money in education. He's going to tackle insecurity question headlong. And then he's going to bring back investment and stabilize the Naira. These 4 key things are achievable and doable. You can, if any leader is sincere to himself and invest himself towards insecurity, insecurity can be handled. Those who are funding this insecurity, according to a report and a lot of videos out there, including the interview, one of the northern, beautiful lady came out to say about his interaction with President Tinubu, in time preceding to the election. You can see that those who are behind this insecurity are in plain view. But this government and the past government, never, have determined to do anything about it. That's the reason the insecurity is still there, right? So security can be handled. Education can be funded very effectively where teachers and students will, our kids wouldn't be at home. This issue of strike, pay the teachers very well. Look at the situation where Bola Tinubu is investing more money in the National Assembly. The budget of National Assembly should be about 5 to 10 times the budget of education. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. That is the kind of 8 years that Kenneth Okonkwo and Soludo is asking Igbo people to do. For Soludo, I know his problem. He thinks that Obi's presidency will stop him from achieving his ambition of becoming a vice president and Hausa man. Yeah, because after Tinubu, he thinks that the presidency will go to the north and he will be in the race for vice president. They're always thinking in terms of selves, not even in terms of collectivity. Anyway. And for Kenneth, he's also thinking in terms of handing power to another Hausa man that is running around, with. And then hoping that the Hausa man will take him or possibly another Igbo man for vice. You can imagine how they think. They pretend, they hide their weakness in all their fancy things that they say. So dishonest people. Anyway. However, let me go back to what Obi said. With Obi in office, a lot of Nigerians who are overseas are going to bring back their capital. When they bring back their capital, okay, this human capital flight that we have suffered will turn into human capital gain. That's what will be promised. And that capital will help in funding and stabilizing Naira. Obi said he's going to reduce the waste and the criminality and the embezzlement and the corruption that is in government, beginning with himself. So if he doesn't go to spend money buying yacht, buying new aircraft and all that, like our current president is doing, if he doesn't spend money, you know, junketing all over the world with all the big extra code that goes with it, if Obi doesn't travel in convoy of 100 vehicles, 100 bulletproof cars, like our current president is doing, there will be a lot of savings to be injected into the Naira to stabilize Naira. If Obi promise security, if Obi tackles security up north, farmers will go back to the farm. They will generate, we will produce more food, even to the point of exporting the food. That's what Obi is promising us. And it is all doable. Okay? Obi is promising that he's going to improve the energy sector. Look at, KNG have remained as obsolete as it always been. So tell me, look at the little effort by Professor Naji in Aba. Aba is having 24-hour electricity. It can be replicated in a lot of states across the country. So Obi can improve power sector in 4 years. I know that my friends who are talking about the 4 years don't even really know the power of 4 years. But I want to tell you guys the real power of 4 years. In 4 years, Buhari destroyed the Naira and killed the economy that was 600 billion. He destroyed the Naira with his foreign exchange, with his foreign exchange policy. Yeah, he gave money to people going on pilgrimages, people going to Jerusalem and Mecca, instead of giving it to the businessmen. That's what he did. He brought Naira back into the open market, where Naira became viable. He destroyed the Naira, he destroyed the economy. The companies left, that's the fact. The second thing, look at what you can do in 4 years. See what Tinubu have done in 4 years. In 4 years, Tinubu have destroyed the Naira further down. With the fuel subsidy removal, Naira lost its value from even 600-700 under Buhari, now to 1,400, 1,500. That is the power of 4 years. But for Kenneth Okonkwo and Soludo, who doesn't know that Obi can do a little bit in 4 years? In Buhari's first 4 years, he built a rail line from Nigeria to Maraba in Nigeria, where his father comes from. In 4 years, Tinubu is building our coastal, coastal road, Calabar, Lagos coastal road. How many billion? He has already borrowed 1.2 billion or about to borrow 1.2 billion to build rail line, light rail lines, whatever rail line he calls it. Okay, that will go from Lagos to the north. The east is not captured. He never captured Buhari never captured the east in the rail line. Tinubu didn't capture the east in his coastal route. And he's not capturing the east and the southwest. The two regions that have been marginalized are the east and the southwest, right? Governor Soludo has no problem with that. Kenneth Okonkwo has no problem with that. These are suzerainities of office that people did in 4 years, under 4-year regime. And somebody sitting down there pretending not to know that 4 years is a lot of time for somebody to do positive things and do good things, or conversely, do damage and destroy things. Nigeria got destroyed the most under Buhari's first tenure. And Tinubu is doing the worst under his first tenure. That's the power of 4 years. If people do not know that Obi can change the trajectory of this nation in 4 years, then I don't know what to tell you, Governor Soludo. You graduate students as economists in 36 months, and you call them economics. And you don't even believe that in the same 36 months or 4 years, which is 48 months, that you can change a whole lot of things. If you don't understand it, I send you to Abia State to go and learn under Governor Oti. That's all I have for you. As for Kenneth Okonkwo, he's just clowning around, hoping that his principal becomes the new president and that he will be a vice. Unfortunately for him, the people running for vice are Mechi Rotumi, who says he's not an Igbo man, or Shei Makinde rather. So for you, Kenneth, no Igbo man is going to be a vice to your principal if you don't know it. You are just a tongue-coat sellout. Thank you.